Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh. Witness, witness.
Wa alaikum salam wa
Sheikh,
rahmatullah.
why is your name Witness, Witness? Your first name is Witness, your surname is Witness. Why?
Yes. On birth, my father gave me the name Witness.
And as a name and surname?
Surname, yeah. When later on in my life, when I asked him why, he told me a brief history about that. Says, in my life, Allah was granting me children, but they were dying in infancy. But when your mother delivered you, then I decided to name you after my father. Unfortunately, you became my first son to survive, to pass the infant stage. So in that way,
so witness to the barakah and the mercy of Allah. MashaAllah. So you are double witness.
Now,
inshallah. Sheikh, witness.
Now,
you are the Imam in which area?
I'm Imam in Mashingo.
Mashingo.
Yes.
And this masjid here, for example, you mentioned that one time there was a Muslim brother and he passed away. He was living a bit far from the masjid. Yes. What's that story? What happened? What happened to the brother? And as you said, this is a typical day in the life of an Imam. What happened on that day?
Yeah, that story happened when I was still Imam in Mutare, at Sakufa Masjid. There was an uncle who used to stay by the masjid doing the cleaning there. He was old man. Later on, he decided to move to his rural home.
Okay.
So when he moved there, a few months later, he passed away. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. So we got the message of his passing. So we convinced the family, we tried to convince the family for the burial to be done there.
In the rural area?
In the rural area.
Yeah. What did they say?
And they insisted, no. Because there's no any other Muslims staying there. We'd rather come and bury him in town here at the Muslim cemetery and whatever. And trying to give a lot of reasons there. Right. At the end of the day, they won the day.
So they said, you guys must come to the rural area, pick up the deceased, the marhum's body, take it back to the town and bury him in town.
Yes.
How far? What happened? What's the story? And then you needed a truck,
the truck to carry the body. So when they decided that you must go and take the body, so we started looking for the truck. Because they decided the body must come to town, but there's nothing.
Yeah.
So it was the responsibility of the Imam to make sure.
So you must go now and find some transport to pick up the body.
And go and pick up the body and bring it to town. So
we
ran around during the day, we couldn't find. Later on during the day, then one uncle decided to give us his car. He says, I can give you my truck, but you can drive. But unfortunately, I couldn't drive. So we had to convince him again to drive us.
But now today, do you have driver's license?
I'm still trying to have one.
You don't have it yet?
Yes.
Inshallah, you must get your driver's license.
Inshallah.
Okay, so then now you call the uncle. Uncle, you must drive us.
Yes.
So he drove you.
Then he drove us.
Okay.
Now the family told us from the point where we left the car to the place, we thought it's nearby place, just behind the mountain there. So we left the car there and we traveled. It was a mountainous area.
So basically you drove there and then you came to a point where the truck couldn't drive anymore. Couldn't go anymore. So you parked the truck,
yeah, so
the driver?
Yes. And we had to walk with my friend.
Walking to the house.
Yeah.
What time? We're talking about 10 o'clock in the morning, evening,
night? That time was now in the evening, around 7 o'clock.
Okay, Jayed. So how far?
So you had to walk 7 kilometers.
7 kilometers?
Yes.
To get
where the body was.
SubhanAllah. Yes. Jayed. And then what happened?
Then we got there. No, there was no Muslims there. Now the locals, they believe that the body of a Muslim, especially from Malawi, no one can touch it.
Yeah.
Because they believe in a lot of superstition.
Right.
So try to convince them.
So nobody wants to help you to carry the body?
To carry the body.
Okay, so then you are... And
so me and my friend Sheikh Wasili, we just cut some trees and make up the carrier.
SubhanAllah.
And put the body there. And two of us, one in front, one in the back, we carried the body for 7 kilometers back to the road.
7 in the night?
And now this time it was already 9 o'clock in the evening.
SubhanAllah. Jayed, how long did it take? 1 hour, 2 hours?
It took us more because the time when we arrived at the road, it took us almost 1 hour 30 minutes to 2 hours to us to get to the speed was too slow now.
Yeah.
And it's a mountainous area.
Okay. SubhanAllah. And then the truck driver was waiting.
Was still waiting.
So then you guys got back to the truck and then you took the body back to the city.
We took the body back to the city.
SubhanAllah. And then ghusl and everything was done and you buried the
Yeah, and ghusl, everything was done. Now we started doing the paperwork because they told us everything was incorrect, but there wasn't any paperwork. They started doing all the paperwork for the burial and everything.
So you guys had to organize the
paperwork now. And the following morning we did the burial.
Allah reward you, Sheikh. So this is the life of an Imam. Eh? The Imam is Imam, he's in front, he's the leader, subhanAllah. Allah reward you, Doctor. Barakallah feek.